say Robodog.
Should we give a bit of background to this?
No, let's just go.
I think
Okay.
we just need to draw the line that Harrison really wanted to watch Robodog.
I did.
And he
so
got it
did.
for free. He didn't pay to
Yes.
see this film.
Yes, full disclosure, I got this film for free.
We got a review
Right.
disc.
Okay, so Robodog is about. I'm rather than explicitly reviewing it, I'm just gonna tell you what the film's about. I'm just gonna say what happens, more or less beat for beat, up until the point where it becomes spoilery.
Oh, good,
Okay?
Good. I don't
Because
want to get
heaven forbid
spoilers.
spoilers.
Okay, so there's a little boy called Tyler who is of an indiscernible age, because at one point he seems to be going through puberty, then at the other point he's like playing with Thomas the Tank Engine toys, so you don't know how old he is, but he has a really strong connection to his dog, which is called Dog. Okay? And his parents don't really kind of quite, like, because, I mean, when I say strong, I mean he makes videos for this dog on his birthday. He makes a video that's narrated. I mean, like, the dog can't understand English, but his parents, his
That's what you think.
His parents don't really discourage this. They just facilitate it, and like, you don't need friends. Just hang out with your dog all the time. But one day, in a sequence that is literally out of a Final Destination film, you get all these things set up, and then the camera kind of ominously glides over things and basically, the dog dies. In a quite comical way. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be tragic. But I found it quite funny because it reminded me of a Final Destination thing. And Tyler kind of refuses to move on, and so his dad, who works as a scientist at a nearby company, basically gives up his job making this new power source so that he can make a robot dog. And that's when he makes this robot dog called Robodog. And, then they have this E.T. kind of relationship, the boy and the dog, where he's kind of got to hide it from people. No one can know, and a bond grows. Meanwhile, there is someone looking for the dog, in E.T., where people look for E.T., who's called Bruce Willis. The character's called Bruce Willis, who is looking for the dog to get the battery source that powers it, because this battery source he can then use to sell or something. It's not that clear. So that's sort of what the film is basically about.
Can I interrupt briefly just for a minute?
Yeah.
Because when we got the press release through for this film, I think the thing that attracted me to it was because there was a character called Bruce Willis. Yeah. And it genuinely, for a minute, made me think Bruce Willis was in the film. Maybe that was the entire reasoning behind making him called Bruce Willis.
The Bruce Willis character is played by, I forgot his name, Wallace Shawn? The guy from Princess Bride. Yeah, he plays him. So what you have is it's sickeningly twee. Like, the family is really creepy, because they just, like, for example, when the father loses his job and he comes home and he's like, oh, I've lost my job, there's no kind of, drama. They just go like, oh, no, I'm sorry, well, we'll pick up and it'll be swell. And that's how they talk all the way through. It's really, really creepy. But the creepiest thing is the dog himself. The dog, firstly, it's been developed by the dad, but it keeps exhibiting qualities that he didn't know it could do. Like, it's evolving and learning. And that's
sentient dog.
And it talks in this really dispassionate voice. And it's like there's a scene where the boy's in bed and it's watching him sleep with these creepy blue eyes. And it goes like, I love you, Tyler. And it sounds like Hal from 2001. It's really creepy. And sometimes there's a bit where I'm fairly sure this happens. The dog is supposed to be in stasis, but I'm pretty sure it's just a JPEG stuck on the screen of a dog, and it's so bizarre. It's really surreal, and the slapstick is the most awkward, clumsy, like forced slapstick you'll ever see, where like a guy will be leaving a room, it'll take him 2 minutes to trip over, and it hurts, and like the scores, this really like bum, 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 all the way through. But there's a bit.
That was the exact same way you described the 50 Shades soundtrack. I know,
yeah. But it sounds the same. And
Danny Elfman scored this one as well.
It's a really surreal, strange film, and also the fact it's called Dog really bothered me because they keep.
Do they change it to Robodog once he becomes a Robodog?
No, he still calls him Dog. And so they just sort of say things like,
"Wait, hang on,
where is Dog? Where is Dog?"
Before it was a Robodog, it was also called Dog.
Yeah, it's called Dog.
A man's best friend, and he just calls it Dog.
Yeah, it's called Dog. And then like the parents' room is labelled Mum and Dad. It's like everyone in the film's called this.
So it's Mum, Dad, Dog, the child, and then Bruce Willis. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit right. The boy has like a crush on the girl. You know, the sort of like sweet blossoming love thing. And like the dog says like, "Oh, she likes you. Maybe she'll sniff your butt." And it's really awkward. There's all these butt jokes that are really creepy, and there's like a bit where it's dragging itself along the carpet. It looks like it's from The Grudge or something. It's moving this really jerky, disconcerting. It's really creepy. It's a really creepy film. Everything about it is just really unsettling and like unnerving, and I felt really uncomfortable all the way through.
And it's marketed for children.
Yeah, it scared me.
Would you say it's a better horror than The Babadook?
Yes. It's infinitely more scary.
What about Crimson Peak?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Would you recommend that people see it in IMAX?
I would recommend it as Halloween viewing.
What rating would you give it?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I felt quite fond of it because it is quite funny. Because
it's just disturbing. I feel quite fond of it.
Like, because it has these things like the dad would say really weird things like "Jiminy jump nuts" and stuff like that, and it's like those things are quite funny. Or like the extras are some of the worst acting extras I've ever seen, and I find stuff like that quite endearing. But then there is the stuff with Robodog that genuinely frightened me a little. So I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. I think I would say that objectively it's obviously terrible, but I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching it. A lot more fun than I've had watching some better films. Yeah. Like I enjoyed it more than Macbeth.
Wow.
So I guess I'm going for a 1 out of 10 because it's inept on every single level. I mean, like the cinematography, the editing, the acting it's Lynchian. It is like you're watching Twin Peaks. It's really like dreamlike. The whole thing feels really dreamlike because like when the dog's doing the weird stuff, like running at the speed of Quicksilver, no one reacts in the town. They just sort of go, "Oh, is that your dog?" Whilst it's like pulling back a truck with its jaw, and no one reacts, and it just gives the whole thing this dreamlike quality. So yeah. Anyway, it's awful, but I liked it.
Great.
It's 1 out of 10. I don't know.
I feel like I should watch this now.
Yeah,
actually.
I really want to watch
You
it.
would.
Well, we can do a
really
viewing
like
party actually.
Yeah, no, you would really like it.
That's review number 2 down. So shall we kind of?
We do actually have a theme this week, so we'll go back into that.
We're going back into the Back to the Future soundtrack, and off the back of the previous song, Earth Angel, we have Chuck Berry with his famous song, Johnny Be Good.